Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Miss Fin Show. I am your host, Miss Fins. Thank you for coming through. Much appreciated. Welcome to the last show of the season, ladies and gentlemen, in 2023 and 2024 season. Thank you, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you, appreciate you, guys. Do me a favor. You know what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm gonna ask. Go ahead and hit that like button, guys. Hit the like button, guys. Share, subscribe, let everybody else know we are live. Thank you. Thank you. Super Bowl 58. Wake up, people. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming through. As always, ladies and gentlemen, public service announcement. Go ahead and keep in mind to let's go ahead and be clean, ladies and gentlemen. Debate the opinion, be kind to the person, ladies and gentlemen. We love debating. We love arguing and debating with everybody. Uh, we do. We love it. I love it. Just, be kind to each other. That's all I ask. Appreciate you. Also, too, guys, you can find Miss Phins Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern. Monday to Friday. Thank you. Thank you very much. We're doing our off-season schedule, so working on some stuff. Should be pretty cool, pretty awesome. But I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. As you know, we celebrated our 2-year anniversary yesterday. That was a lot of fun. My God, can you believe it? Also, too, I wanted to make this note, which I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday, and I didn't realize till the end of the day that yesterday they unveiled the Kobe Bryant statue on 2/8/24 because we know that he wore both numbers, number 8 when he started, and he was drafted by the Lakers, and then number 24 afterwards when he thought he was better than Michael Jordan and then realized he wasn't. So, which by the way, just so you guys know, I absolutely passionately disliked Kobe Bryant my entire life until after he retired. Then I was able to say, okay, he had a pretty good career. Hats off to him. But I wasn't giving no credit while he was still playing. It was not gonna happen. Michael Jordan is still the greatest basketball player of all time. Period. And guess who actually married his career and skill set to MJ was Mike's. Well, yeah, was Kobe. So there you go. Shout out to Kobe and his daughter. We know what happened, but I just want to say, because I realized it, I was like, oh man. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Also, too, ladies and gentlemen, as always, become a member of the channel, become a member of the show. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. You guys literally bless the channel so much by just being here. It's 100% free. Hit the like button like this. If it looks like this, if it looks like this, hit the like button. Okay, share, subscribe, let everybody else know we're live. Everybody on Twitter and Twitch, thank you so much for coming through. Much appreciated. And shout out to all of our members, man. You guys are awesome. We keep growing every single day, every single month, every single week. It is you guys that make it happen. So I appreciate all of you guys for doing so. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, like we said, it is the game preview. The San Francisco 49ers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay. We will be discussing our game preview of the Super Bowl 58 game coming up this Sunday. And I know most of you guys will be hosting some some phenomenal games. So we're definitely going to talk about that as well. The let's be real, the Taylor Swift Super Bowl. I had to do it. I had to do it. Love it. What else? As always, as Dolphin fans, guys, we win together, we lose together. Dolphins for life. Okay. Thank you very much. And shout out to everybody that donates to the channel. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Thank you so much. Super chat, super stickers, all that good stuff, man. It really does go right back to the channel. So thank you so much for all of you guys who are too kind to go ahead and do so. But ladies and gentlemen, we're talking Super Bowl 58 today, and also to some more Miami Dolphins updates and things like that. NFL honors, I thought there were some very interesting things. I'm not gonna lie to you, a few that I was like, really. And as always, the internet always wins. Man, some people are savages. I was laughing so hard yesterday after the NFL honors because of that technically during it. Because some of the results I was like, I don't know about. I don't know about all that. But you know what? It is what it is. Shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. Thank you so much for coming through. Also, too, remember we are giving away our little miniature Dan Marino. Yes, you see here our little Funko Pop, our little Danny boy. Yes, yes, yes. We are giving him away. And the way to sign up, the way to be able to put yourself into this puppy. I'm not lying because we're keeping it fun, ladies and gentlemen. We're keeping it fun. We are literally doing the over under on the Super Bowl. How many times will Taylor Swift be shown in the Super Bowl? We have it at 4.5 times. Yes, I said it 4.5 times. So if you guys want to be part of it, all you got to put is just say Miss Phins over or Miss Phins under, and I will put your name down and I will put it here. So far, the overs really are going strong, but I do have a couple unders. You know what I mean? The more and more it goes, the more I feel like it'll be under. Even I picked over, but it might be under because my reasoning is it's like it's the Super Bowl, way too many stars. They're not gonna have time to like show her all the time. But yes, that means it's either if it's under, you think they're gonna be 4 times or less, and if it's over, you think it's gonna be 5 times or more throughout the Super Bowl. And so now the game I was gonna boycott because freaking Chiefs won. Now I gotta actually watch because I committed to timing every single time they do Taylor Swift. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know, and you will be put into. And the way it works, obviously, if it ends up being over, everybody that picked over, all the names are getting put in a wheel. We spin that wheel, and then boom, winner. And same thing for the under. We'll put all the names together. And spin that wheel. So there you go. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. But that is, I know, I had to. It's a T Swizzle giveaway. Thank you very much. Shout out to all the Taylor Swift fans, because guess what? I mean, I'm a fan. You guys know this already, though. You guys know this, so yeah. Well, it's not news. What's up, Aqua Vision? Welcome, welcome, Bob Yum. Welcome, Mr. Lane. Welcome, G. Welcome, welcome, Joe Wrist. Welcome. I did that with Brady. Yeah, Joe. Exactly. I couldn't give any props to Kobe Bryant until after he retired. Then I was like, okay, fine. Yeah, he had a decent career. Pretty good actually behind Michael, mm, but it wasn't gonna happen while he was still playing. What's up, Triple S Podcast? What's up, Miss Fans? How you doing? Yes, yes, yes. And Dakota from Jets. Let's go. How you doing, Dakota? Thank you so much for coming through. Much appreciated. Actually, fun fact: when I was setting up the show last night, Dakota 10:31 literally was like hearts, and I was like, wow, love it, love it, love it, love it. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have Super Bowl 58, as you can see. We got Brock Purdy going over and playing Mr. Patrick Mahomes, the two-time Super Bowl champs in Super Bowl 58, Las Vegas. And ladies and gentlemen, let's support those who do support the channel, like Chef Ju and Chef Ju's Catering and Sweet Treats. Looking for a great chef to cater your next birthday, business, or office party, etc., with mouth-watering cookies, cakes, pies, and more? Then go ahead and call Chef Ju at 786-804-8096. That's 786-804-8096. Or via Facebook Messenger or Instagram at Chef Ju Catering for more information. And mention Miss Phins to get 10% off your catering order, guys. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for all of you who still think the Miami Dolphins will not give Tua Tagovailoa a contract, I'm here to tell you guys, you can't handle the truth. It will happen. Just saying. We're having fun, guys, as always. What's up, Mudbone? How you doing? How you doing? What's up, Michelle? Welcome, welcome. Man, listen, as always, we're going to dive in here. We got the contest going, guys. I appreciate all you guys. We're going to be going over, again, like we do every game preview. We're going to have fun. So let's get into this game preview, ladies and gentlemen. So, as I mentioned, Sunday, February 11th will be Super Bowl 58. With this particular Super Bowl, we will be having the Niners as the away team, Kansas City as the home team. And the way that it's set up right now, the over-under for this particular game is 47.5 points. San Francisco is favored by 1.5. So essentially, they have no idea who's going to win because it's way too close for comfort. We're going to be honest, this game will be played in Las Vegas. It is at the Raiders Stadium. Because it is a stadium, it's an actual dome. The weather won't be in effect, but it will be 60 degrees in case you're, just tailgating or whatever outside, and sunny. Because it is Las Vegas, the time difference will be effective for us. The game is set up to be played at 6:30 p.m. on CBS. Eastern Standard Time, so it'll be 6:30 for us over here in the East Coast, but over there it'll actually be 3:30. So they're playing an afternoon Super Bowl essentially. Uh, um, what was I gonna say? So yeah, so it's gonna be very interesting. As always, the Super Bowl tends to be 3 to 3.5 hours. Remember, the halftime is a little bit different. Unlike a regular game where they get 15 minutes in the Super Bowl or during the Super Bowl, halftime is 30 minutes that each team gets. So they do get a little extra time to kind of like warm up again and get ready to go out there and do the second half. The Super Bowl is insane. I mean, whenever the Super Bowl is announced, usually they give it, in case you're new to football, they usually give about the next five locations. You know, every year they'll add an extra one within that five projection. Now that they have SoFi Stadium in LA and they have the stadium for Las Vegas, then those two are two bright, shiny stadiums. We do expect, I personally expect those places to host it even more. Obviously, shout out to the Hard Rock, shout out to the Superdome in New Orleans, having the most Super Bowls ever at 11 each. Hosted. Let's be real. Nobody's trying to be freezing cold with 3 feet of snow in February in the Northeast. It's just not gonna happen. Which is why you don't see the Super Bowl anywhere else. Not even in Forest Field, which is a dome, or even Lucas Stadium in Indiana, which is also a dome. And because you got to deal with tailgating, logistics, and a bunch of stuff. That's why the northeast location of the country almost never gets the Super Bowl, if we're going to be honest. But in the South, especially the Southeast, they absolutely love it. I mean, who doesn't want to be down here? Come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, interesting right here. You see, this is Super Bowl 54, which was the 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo, by the way, versus the Chiefs playing in Miami this Super Bowl, which is funny. Just literally a few years later, you've got again Kansas City versus the 49ers. So, yeah, this particular hat, oh, I mean, sorry, uh, it's a towel. So this towel is that Super Bowl towel. And I absolutely love whenever we host Super Bowls down here. It is estimated, ladies and gentlemen, that wherever the host city hosts the Super Bowl, you understand it is for those 2 weeks essentially, because you have the Pro Bowl, but really that's Super Bowl week that they have. Over $1 billion on location in tourism. You're talking about hotels. You're talking about um, restaurants. You know, all the Ubers and all the taxis and all of that. The city and the surrounding cities for that location for the Super Bowl, the revenue is estimated each year is about at least $1 billion of revenue. So it's huge whenever a city gets selected to be in a Super Bowl. It is the largest sporting event in the United States. It's also, fun fact, the number one day in which the most chicken wings, yes, that's it, the chicken wings, are actually consumed. Well over 1 billion chicken wings, ladies and gentlemen, will be eaten this Super Bowl Sunday, which is kind of cool. That's how many billions of wings, how many billions of chicken, if you really think about it. Like, dang, that's a lot of chicken. But hey, it is what it is. I'll go with just saying this fits. MetLife got one recently, and it was 50 degrees. Yeah, yeah. And again, I said they don't typically get them. They get them, but they don't typically get them. And MetLife, that is in New Jersey, correct? Yeah. So where the country is, yeah, it's still semi because it's Jersey. It's still gonna be in the Northeast, but those are very rare when they do them. So okay, now let's continue. When it comes to the ESPN predictor, they actually have the San Francisco 49ers at a 59.4 um, chance of winning this game. But hold up, because this is the numbers that I had, right? When Color and I did League Wide Wednesday, which, by the way, we still got our season finale to League Wide Wednesday next Wednesday. Uh, which, by the way, might be changed to League Wide Tuesday or League Wide Thursday. I'll keep you posted for obvious reasons. Um, But yeah, so the predictor got it at 59.4% for San Fran to win the game, and 40.6% for the Chiefs to win the game. I didn't give my prediction that day because I'm giving it to you guys. I've got some theories and stuff to give you as well, which is super freaky. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Um, Ooh, Von Joe, stop being controversial, sir. But thank you because we're gonna talk about that too. And good morning to you, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Steve, welcome. Hooked up Joe, welcome, welcome. Finch doing that. How you doing? Welcome. So, I mean, I'm gonna ask you guys a series of questions. Obviously, like right now, I'm gonna say who's which quarterback? Which quarterback is gonna have a better name? Have a better game. Purdy, the seventh round pick, or Mahomes, the two-time Super Bowl champs. And we're gonna be very interactive, like we always are. Okay. So, what is the Super Bowl theme? Super Bowl food. I don't know if you guys noticed. I got the memo, but we've got Taylor Swift themed Super Bowls. Get it? Get it? Get it? Get it? I gotta mess with you guys. Love it. Let's continue. I'm gonna give you guys the like we always do the injury, gentlemen. Sorry. Another time old tradition before I get into the injury report, ladies and gentlemen, is the amazing Super Bowl commercials. Literally every year, everybody knows the Super Bowl commercials are part of the entire show. We've had some mm, gems all over the all over the years, if you will. So we're gonna again have some awesome um Super Bowl commercials coming up, and it's estimated that this year, 15-second ad, ladies and gentlemen, $10 million. Yes, you heard it, $10 million for a 15-second Super Bowl ad. So and the reason being is you're not gonna have a bigger audience than the Super Bowl. Granted, not everybody is gonna be watching the Super Bowl game. Obviously, we know this, but the Super Bowl is such a huge thing in America that and actually across the world, we're big enough for us to command the international um support as well when it comes to the Super Bowl. That it is so expensive even for like a little tiny ad. And I mean people like literally companies sometimes make or break their year based on the Super Bowl, and Super Bowl ads that they bring out and things like that. So a lot of um uh it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. The average is 6.5 to $7 million this year, which is crazy. And that's for a 30-second, my apologies, 30-second commercial spot for the Super Bowl. It's huge. It's huge. It's a lot of money. But they know they're going to get the most eyeballs ever in the Super Bowl. So that's also a time old tradition that, we all know and love. Let's see here. Now, as far as the injury report, ladies and gentlemen, we've got for the 49ers George Kittle, Ambry Thomas, Oren Burke, and Arik Armstead. All four of those players are listed as questionable. They are estimated to return and will be available for the Super Bowl, obviously, this Sunday. For the Chiefs, you got Jarek McKinnon, you've got Clyde Edward Helaire, you got Rashid Rice, Joe Thuney. All are slotted to return this Super Bowl Sunday. Jared McKinnon is slotted to return from IR. for the Super Bowl. So that's very, very interesting. Let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. As far as the team stats, you got Brock Purdy coming into this game with 4,280 yards, ladies and gentlemen, 31 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. Christian McCaffrey, who just won Offensive Player of the Year over Tyreek last night, got 1,459 rushing yards and 14 rushing touchdowns. All in all, he had over 2,000 all-purpose yards and over 20 all-purpose touchdowns as well. And then Brandon Ayuk for receiving for the 49ers. He's coming into the game, ending the regular season with 75 receptions, 1,343 yards, and 7 touchdowns. On the other hand, you have Patrick Mahomes coming in with 4,183 passing yards, a total of 27 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. You also have Isaiah Pacheco, sir, um, with 205 carries, 935 yards, and 7 touchdowns. And rounding them off in the receiving end, you have the one and only Mr. Taylor Swift himself, Travis Kelsey, tight end, with 93 receptions, 984 yards, and a total of 5 touchdowns. Yes, guys, I'm messing with everybody, but you know what? I'm having fun. So you should have fun too. You know what I mean? The San Francisco 49ers right now are coming into the game. Well, actually a pretty decent team, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, they are number 3 when it comes to points scored this season, this regular season, at 28.9 points per game. That puts them at third overall when it comes to a scoring offense. When it comes to a scoring defense, they're actually also third at only allowing 17.5 points per game. The 49ers also came into this game and ending the season, regular season, third when it comes to rushing yards per game at 140 yards, 140.5 yards per game. And when it comes to passing, rounding it off as the fourth best team in the league when it comes to passing yards at 247 and a half, or 257.9 passing yards per game. The 49ers are a top 5 team. They also are the number one in the NFC that came out of the NFC. In contrast, you have the Kansas City Chiefs, ladies and gentlemen, who came in ranked 15th and scoring offense with 21.8 points per game. They came in number 2 overall in the scoring defense, only allowing 17.3 points per game in the regular season. They also ranked when it came to rushing third, well, 19th at 104.9 yards per game that they were able to get as an offense, and they were ranked 6th overall when it came to passing yards at 246.4 passing yards. So you have two pretty good teams. The Kansas City Chiefs were the third team overall in the AFC with improbable cause. It is the first time in the Patrick Mahomes era in which the Kansas City Chiefs didn't clinch the number 1 seed in the AFC, and it was their first time that they also had to go on the road, and they actually won 2 games on the road, which is very impressive. Statistically speaking, this was the worst season for the Kansas City Chiefs within the last 8 to 9 seasons, including the Alex Smith era. As you know, you guys, Alex Smith, when he was here as a starting quarterback prior to Mahomes, and while Mahomes got benched for his rookie season to sit behind Alex Smith, they were still a very effective, very highly productive team led by their offense. This past year, their offense absolutely struggled, being the number 1 team with the most drops in the league at 39, and the highest drop percentage of all teams when it comes to the wide receiving core. Being that as part of the journey for the Kansas City Chiefs, they still managed to go and host unbelievable, the Miami Dolphins, beating them 26-7. They went to Buffalo, New York, and beat, well, Orchard Pack, but you know what I mean, and beat the Buffalo Bills. Why right? Sorry. I had to say it. 27-24, and then they head into Baltimore and beat the two-time MVP, NFL MVP Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens 17-10 to make it to the Super Bowl. Um, in contrast, ladies and gentlemen, the Kansas City, no, sorry, the San Francisco 49ers actually were a pretty decent team this year, being that they won the NFC Championship game. The NFC, ladies and gentlemen, was phenomenal. The Kansas City Chiefs ended the season at 11-6, and the Niners ended the season at 12-5. And to be honest with you, when it came to it, because they were number one in the NFC, they were not playing in the wild card weekend. They got that bye week. And then what happened? They hosted the Packers and Jordan Love won 24-21. Then they hosted the Detroit Lions and won 34-31. So that was very, very, very interesting postseason performance for the 49ers, ladies and gentlemen. And more stories and more news when it comes to this particular team, ladies and gentlemen. You've got narratives galore when it comes to this Super Bowl. And we're going to go over a few of those because why not? You know what I mean? But before I do, let me see if there's anybody else that I missed that's new. What's up, G Man? Welcome. Good morning to you, Jeremiah. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you so much. Much appreciate you. Hooked Up Joe, welcome. Good morning, sir. Cap for Life, welcome. Good morning. Thank you guys for coming through. Much appreciated. Yes. When it comes to the narratives, if you will, with this Super Bowl, you've got two different teams. As I started and mentioned, this Super Bowl um, 54, which was in Miami. So 4 years ago, the Kansas City Chiefs played the 49ers, but they were playing against Garoppolo and Patrick Mahomes, and the Chiefs won that Super Bowl. That was the first Super Bowl that the Chiefs won. I'm not gonna lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a little bit upset at that Super Bowl for a couple of reasons, and let me explain why. The coolest flipping hat of all time, in my opinion, when it came to a Super Bowl hat, the tarmac hat for this particular Super Bowl. Oh my God. I was so pissed I didn't get a chance to get it. You guys know I love hats. I mean, I literally have an entire wall. And this hat, this Super Bowl hat, my God, it was so beautiful. You got a hat, you had a black lid. It was a beautiful aqua, pink, black, sprinkling a little bit of yellow, um, uh, like tropical hat. That for the tarmac hat for that particular Super Bowl. My God, if I could get my hands on it, Lord trophy. But absolute beautiful hat. The tarmac for Super Bowl 54 to me the best one. And actually, fun fact, this hat right here, this one is a Super Bowl 54, which white lid, aqua, Super Bowl Roman numeral numbers, and then the lid itself is black with some palm trees. So there you go. Moving on, as far as narratives for this particular game, ladies and gentlemen, you have. We'll start out with the 49ers. You've got Mr. Irrelevant, aka Brock the Rock Purdy, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the most improbable pick in the draft. Literally the last pick in the draft, Mr. Brock Purdy. He is coming in into his first Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen, as the last pick in the draft 2 years ago. Absolutely insane. I mean, shout out to him. Congratulations on a rookie contract. That team has been able to put so many ridiculous pieces around him. Excuse me, as far as we already know in defense alone, we're not even talking about the defense. You got the Christian McCaffrey, obviously. You've got DJ Sam, you got Ayuk, you got Jawan Jennings, you got George Kittle, you got Kyle Juszczyk. I mean, and that's just like this drop in the hat of like the main guys that you know from San Fran. Not including that's the offense, not including in the defense where they just acquired Chase Young from the Washington Commanders. They also got Nick Bosa, Fred Warner. Like this team is stout, and the reason why they were able to go ahead and get so many great players around their rookie quarterback or young quarterback is because he's only making 870,000 um, uh, in his entire rookie contract. So they're able to put literally everything around him. And look at what they've been able to do with this particular young team. I mean, well, it's young quarterback and very experienced team. Let's just put it that way. So that to me would be pretty cool. You know, seeing the last pick in the draft actually hoisting the Lombardi. Like that, you can't get more Cinderella than that. And then on the other side, you've got Patrick Mahomes, obviously Patty Mahomes. Is he the new baby goat? Is he the greatest quarterback of all time? Me personally, I can't stand it because I just don't like how people just love to crown folks. It's ridiculous, guys. Stop it. But it's very impressive that in the time that he's been in the league and has been a starter, because remember he sat behind Alex Smith his rookie year. The Kansas City Chiefs have gone to 6 straight AFC championship games. They have hosted 5 of those 6, have made it to the Super Bowl and won 4 of those AFC championships, and ended up winning 2 Super Bowls. So to me, man, what a my apologies. They won 3. Um, 3 in the last 6. This is number 6, so they just won it. But the Super Bowl part, we still gotta wait, obviously. Um, Interesting, man. You know, winning, being in the Super Bowl 4 out of the last 5 years. That's crazy. So yeah, so they won the AFC Championship 4 times already. True. Um, Won it twice, lost it twice. Um, well, no, because won it twice, lost it once, and this will be the 4th time. So there you go. And they lost to obviously the most winningest quarterback of all time, Mr. Tom Brady. And man, insane, insane, insane story here, you know, because that's a lot of power, postseason success for a young team and a young quarterback like him. They're already saying, you know, people, oh my God, if he wins the Super Bowl, he's already got halfway through what Tom Brady got, blah blah blah, at a much younger age, and blah blah blah. Stop. The man's got to play the Super Bowl first before he can even get a shot to even be close, in my opinion, of the you know greatest of all time or the most winningest Super Bowl. Now I'm hearing, which is ridiculous. I don't think that he has. I don't even think that he has to to win as many Super Bowls uh, than Tom Brady to be the GOAT. I'm like, in what world? You not having the same amount as the most successful quarterback in the league makes you a better like stop, stop. And it's football, people, not basketball, because I know what y'all gonna say. Well, the Celtics, they won, da, 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 and Bill Russell won 11 championships. Stop. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about football. It's a little bit different than basketball. But anyhow, let's continue. The other narrative, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, that this is the Taylor Swift show. Thank you very much. Uh, Taylor Swift Super Bowl. She will be playing in Tokyo literally tomorrow. And then, or actually, no, tonight. She plays tonight, flies tomorrow, and then we'll be back to watch the Super Bowl. Now, let me get into the conspiracy theories, ladies and gentlemen. As you guys may or may not know, 13 is her favorite number because she was born December 13, 1989. I only know that because, well, I'm a fan, but she also has, she's, her birthday's like a week before my brother's birthday, so that's why I know. As far as that's concerned, so 13 is her favorite number, blah, blah, blah. She just won her 13th and 14th Grammy, ladies and gentlemen, this past week at the Grammys. When you take 13, 100 minus 13 is 87, which is Travis Kelsey's number. It's roughly about 13 hours she will need to travel from Tokyo, Japan to Las Vegas after her show to make it in time. Okay. Narratives. I love it. It is so ridiculously hilarious to me. And this will be her 13th game attended once this season, once it's all said and done. So we will see. But, I got to have fun with it, guys. Which remind me, ladies and gentlemen, we are giving away a little miniature Mr. Danny Marino, Dan the Man, with that old school throwback jerseys. Yeah. And all you gotta do if you want this puppy, it's easy, 100% free. All you gotta do is tell me. We have set it at 4.5. And there's 1,000,001 prop bets. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, on Taylor Swift. I know. Is she gonna wear red as a lipstick or not? Is she gonna wear her hair down or up? You know what I mean? Is she gonna wear anything other than a jersey? Like all this stuff. Color and I went over it in League Wide Wednesday. I thought it was hilarious, and I didn't believe it until he showed me, and I was like, "Wow, people bet on this stuff." So I gave you all of my inside information when it came to all that, because obviously, I'm a fan. But over under, how many times will they broadcast Taylor Swift during the Super Bowl? It is set at 4.5. All you got to do to be part of this is go ahead and let me know. Miss Phins over. Miss Phins under 4.5. And I will go ahead and put your name. We got a long list of people. Most people say over. I do have a couple unders. And the cool thing is that, let's say the unders win, though everybody that picked under will be put into a little wheel. We spin the wheel, winner. And then the same thing for over. If the overs have it, we'll put everybody's name. Spin that wheel, and then we'll get a winner. But we gotta have fun, ladies and gentlemen. Why not? I love it. 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 It's so much fun. You know what I mean? And guess what? It is Las Vegas, home of Sin City and the desert. So there you go. They know nothing but gambling. If it is under, it may end up being a coin toss, probably. But they said it at 4.5. I was like, why not? Mm. I thought, do I have yours? Do I have yours hooked up? I think you did say it yesterday. Let me see. Oh, I don't have yours. Hooked up Joe. Do you want to go ahead and pick? Huh? Are we going over under Taylor Swift 4.5 times? Because hey, I got you. I got you. You just let me know, sir, and I'll add you to. Oh wait, never mind. I'm lying. You picked over, so we're good. Yeah, you did it on League Wide Wednesday. That's right. I appreciate it. Yeah, you picked over. So, I mean, we'll see. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very interesting. So, we got to have fun, ladies and gentlemen. Why not? You know, it's a Super Bowl. So, 2 years ago, we we created this channel together and we've helped it grow together. So, why not have fun with all these little stuff? So, if Kelsey score, that will be 4 times just for that. Joe, you're probably right. We'll see though. I'm of the mindset that, perhaps because so many other celebrities will be there that they won't have enough time, which I'm lying because it's almost 4 hours. They won't have enough time to show her every time, so it'll be, yeah. Does the over under Swifty include any pregame stuff with her walking into the same room or whatever? No, guys. No, no, no. In the game. Like, it'll be just the game. No commercials. Unless it's like her talking about, like, like Travis. That's it. Like, so no commercials, no none of that. It's during the game. Strictly during the game. Um, they will show her more than Travis on his touchdown. Chill. You're probably not wrong. You know what I mean? But hey, that's the beauty. I get it. They're trying to get as much out of her as possible because they know, hey, new fan base. What? So why not? You know what I mean? I'm all for it. I don't care. Let her live her life. You know what I mean? But ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and continue now. Um, we're gonna go ahead and give you the keys to victory for each team, ladies and gentlemen. I've got 3 keys to victory for the Kansas City Chiefs and 3 for the 49ers. We'll start out with the reigning Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, you already know that that offense has struggled all season. Somehow they've managed to still be successful because this year they're actually led by their defense and being number 3 overall, only allowing 17 and a half points per game has allowed them to be successful and not have to score as much this season to actually win games. So, a key to victory for the Kansas City Chiefs is you will need to utilize your role players. Obviously, you already know that they're going to try to minimize the exposure and the ability for Kelsey, his number one weapon, to be open. They'll probably double team him. And because of that, you're going to have to use your other guys. You got to establish Isaiah Pacheco early. Let the run game lead you, and that way you can go ahead and open up the passing game. It's going to be a very interesting game overall. But I think that's going to be very important. Rasheed Rice, obviously, as a wide receiver, he's going to get a lot of love and a lot of attention from the 49ers defense. So I think that the supporting cast will need to be able to do it. Like Kadarius Toney, like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, like Justin Watson, Valdez Scanley, all those other guys will need to step up in order to allow, even Noah Gray, their backup tight end, they will have to be the ones that actually win this game, in my opinion. But they have a Patrick Mahomes. So as long as Patrick Mahomes is able to get out of the pocket, extend the plays, him and Travis Kelsey, they've done it before. Travis Kelsey just beat out last game Jerry Rice for the most receptions in postseason history. So um, expect those two to still be able to produce. And because of that, they're going to put a lot of emphasis on Travis Kelsey. So the other guys, even Miko Harmon, all these supporting cast will need to go ahead and do it. That's going to be the main one for me. For the coaches, obviously, you're going to have to have a balanced game. It is a Super Bowl, so you got to throw the kitchen sink, Andy Reid, and you got to make sure that you're putting and applying that pressure to Brock Purdy. Purdy, you gotta go ahead and apply that pressure to Brock Purdy. You're gonna have to in defense double team CMC because you cannot allow him to beat you. And with the amount of weapons that the 49ers have, it's going to be a tall task. But the Super Bowl caliber of a defense that the Chiefs have, I think that that secondary, man, they're going to be very good and very stout. So I expect them to have really good um, really good production in this game, like Luxurious Sneed. I expect him to go off. Dustin Reed as well. Trent McDuffie is the other one as well. So I expect that defense to really impose their will versus the run game for the 49ers with CMC and also uh, honestly pressuring Brock Purdy and such. So those are the keys to victory. And then for Patrick Mahomes specifically, I mean, again, utilize your other weapons. Mahomes, his superpower is extending plays. So extend plays. That's what he's got to do in order for him to be successful. And with that, they should be able to win the Super Bowl. They have been. It's funny enough. It kind of freaked me out because I'm not gonna lie. Throughout the season, I was thinking, man, the Bills are not that good this year. Don't let this be the year that nobody's really picking them and they're actually facing some adversity and and actually make it to the Super Bowl and win the flipping like literally I didn't tell this to anybody, but I was like freaking out because I thought I'm like, don't please do not let Josh Allen win the Super Bowl. Do not let the Bills get in there. And the closer the end of the season got, especially when they rattled off those last 5 wins in the season, my heart was like on the floor thinking, no, this is not the year that no one's predicting them to actually win the Super Bowl, that they actually get to the Super Bowl. And thankfully, Kansas City killed that dream. So thank you, Kansas City, for that. On the other hand, you have obviously the San Francisco 49ers. Their keys to victory is very easy. You got to contain Patrick Mahomes. He's a dual threat quarterback. Although Brock Purdy, or like Cully likes to say, Lamar Purdy, he could also extend plays. So they're gonna the defense for the Chiefs will have to worry about that as well. Patrick Mahomes is his own breed when it comes to that. And yeah, so the Niners will need to contain Patrick Mahomes, keep him in the pocket. He kills you when he extend plays. That's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. That is what will that's the main thing when it comes to the 49ers and their number one thing. They have to contain Patrick Mahomes, and he can beat you in the pocket. He can beat you out running, and he could also run for a down. You have to contain him, put in that spot, because if he does both, which is hit you from the pocket and also extend plays, you're done. You're not winning the game. His superpower is extending plays. If you take that away and you force him to stay in the pocket, having that spy, stay in the pocket, applying pressure from both sides, then that is going to give you a fighting chance to beat Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion. Number two, I think it goes without saying, you need to double team Travis Kelsey no matter what, especially when it comes to the red zone. Although he wasn't that effective in the regular season, when it came to red zone, his productivity in the red zone in the postseason this year was actually pretty good. So you have to double team Travis Kelsey. Like there's just no other way of saying it. You have to double team Travis Kelsey. So I expect Kyle Shanahan to have that defense ready to be able to go ahead and do that. Common denominator, great coaching. Yeah, from both sides. I expect it to be great coaching. And I ask you guys, which quarterback is going to have a better game? Patrick Mahomes or Purdy? 81% of you guys said Mahomes. 18% said Purdy. So, hey, I'm not surprised. Now I'm going to ask you guys, who do you think is going to win now? Who's winning Super Bowl 58? Uh, Niners or Chiefs? Go ahead and answer that for me, guys, whilst we continue. The other key to victory for the 49ers, funny enough, Brock Purdy. You're gonna have they will come after you. Being a seventh round rookie, it is a completely different pressure. There's nothing like playing in a championship game. Period. Nothing like it. I don't care how much you are or how many times you've been there. Every time it's going to be completely different. So this is your first time, Brock Purdy, ever stepping into that main stage on a neutral site. You're gonna have to stay cool, calm, and collected, which, in my opinion, is his superpower for Purdy, to staying poised. He does that. He takes care of what he needs to take care of as far as obviously going through progressions and all that good stuff. And if he needs to extend those plays, which he has, then I think he's gonna still be able to get that ball down the field and put his team in a position to score either a field goal or a touchdown. In my opinion, specifically the Niners have to take the points. There's a reason why I say the Niners and not the Chiefs, although common sense says both teams need to, but Chiefs can go down the field in 13 seconds and score the touchdown. So, or a field goal. I'm not worried about the two-time Super Bowl champs. They've been there. They've got experience. Being a young quarterback like Purdy in his second year, seventh round pick in the Super Bowl, you have to take the points. That also goes into the coaches. You gotta take the points. Whether it's the first quarter or the fourth quarter, you have to take the points. Key example: if you guys watched the NFC Championship, why did the Detroit Lions lose that NFC Championship? Because of Dan Campbell being too aggressive. And shout out to Color because he did remind me the two fourth down plays that they took, one in the third and one in the fourth. And the one in the third, if I'm not mistaken, is the one we talked about. He should have taken the points. You're in your own 30. It was 4th and 3. Take the points. Or I guess you're in the opponent's 30. You take the points. What did he do? Try to go for it. Got stuffed. So, because of that, you have to learn from that massive mistake because it should have been the Lions playing this Super Bowl. You have to take the points, Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy. Take the points, no matter what. If you're in field goal range or if you're in the end zone, take the points. Definitely, yeah. And then again, I mean, I already talked about the defense, what they need to go ahead and do. So that's gonna be it. And those are my keys to victory last one is you're gonna have your playmakers playmake for the 49ers. Even so, I think the role players for the Chiefs need to be the ones to go off. But the Niners playmakers, Debo, CMC, Ayuk, they have to. George Kittle, they have to because it is a completely different game, and they've already had the opportunity. A lot of them, I know that CMC wasn't in this Super Bowl 4 years ago because he got traded 2 years ago to the 49ers. But it don't matter. You have to go off. So it's on CMC, it's on Kittle, it's on Use Jack. All those guys have to help out their seventh round, and I keep saying rookie, but second year young QB. They gotta step up because yeah, it's gonna be that tall of an order. Period. Okay, those are my keys to victory. Most of the coaches, I think, is actually very simple, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. My coach's exposition, I just got one for each one. Obviously, when it comes to the Chiefs, Andy Reid. You got to get your role players involved in this particular one because you know they're gonna take away Kelsey. So being smart with your play calling and being smart in any challenges that you may have. That'll be it for me. When it comes to Kyle Shanahan, for me personally, contain Mahomes, contain Mahomes, contain Mahomes, contain Mahomes. And if I didn't get it, you better set the plan, especially for your defense, to contain Mahomes. Because that is going to be the toughest order, in my opinion. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is essentially it. As far as when it comes to, which players to watch out for and what do you call it? And which players to really do it. It is the last show of the regular season 2023-2024. I just dropped the link, ladies and gentlemen. Come up here and let's talk Super Bowl. Because I want to get you guys' opinion too. I would say, thank you, Aquavision. Yeah, Debo is their spark plug. Yeah, Debo's gonna have to play a little bit better. He's been semi missing in action all season long, so definitely, Debo, you're gonna have to do it. You know what I mean? Um, it is what it is. It is what it is. They will double team Kelsey and Rasheed. Oh, maybe, G man, maybe. In my opinion, what's up, True Blazer? In my opinion, Spags or Spagnolia, the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, will confuse and rattle Purdy. Yeah, which is why the main guys for the 49ers have to step up. Back to back games, they've been down 17 points and managed to come back in the postseason, the 49ers. That's not going to happen in the Super Bowl. The possessions are short. There are not a lot of possessions. You're going to make every possession count. You cannot go down 17 points or double digit points, period, or even two possessions down. Well, it would, yeah, because technically two field goals wouldn't be two possessions. So, yeah, you cannot go down two possessions or yeah, to the Chiefs and expect to win. It's just not gonna happen. What up, Shake Money? How you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
What's going on? How you doing?
Still alive, still kicking. Ain't complain. Super Bowl 58. Let's go. Woo, woo, woo.
Hell yeah.
What you got in this game?
Uh, um, I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you. This defense is too good for to try to come back on him. You know what I mean? If you're down,
Hmm.
if you're up 17 points, whatever, you're down 17 points. It's gonna be a tall. It's not. Nothing's impossible, but it's gonna be a tall
True.
task.
I agree. I mean, we saw Tom Brady and the the Patriots go down 3-28 with what was it, 3 minutes 11 seconds in the third, or 2 minutes and change in the third quarter in the Super Bowl versus the Atlanta Falcons, and came back and scored 31 unanswered points. So it is possible to come back, but very improbable because again, it's Tom Brady. Like I could see why he would get it, but yeah, that's gonna be very very tough. Now, in your opinion, who's gonna have a better game, Mahomes or Purdy?
Well, given the given the recent history, of course, you're gonna say Patrick Mahomes. Because Patrick Mahomes against the Buffalo Bills defense, against the Baltimore's defense, did pretty good enough. So at the end of the day, I think one thing I like about Andy Reid though, lately he's not really like when Patrick Mahomes first got into the league, he put everything on Patrick Mahomes. Now he's kind of balancing out with Pacheco. He's balancing things out. He's not really trying to put everything on the shoulders of Patrick Mahomes. You know, and you know what? If you look at
Yeah,
the
I agree
Bills,
with that.
if you look at the what Joe Brady did with um, Josh Allen, he did the same thing. He's not. He made it where it was less Stephon Diggs dependent and more run heavy. And he goes, "Hey, listen, Josh Allen, you don't need to put the team on your back. You have a team around you. You know what I mean?"
Mm-hmm.
That's the one notion I
Yeah,
hate is when somebody quarterback. Oh, I put the team on my back. No, you don't put the team on your back. That's you break your back that way. You know, you elevate your a real quarterback will elevate his team and they win together. That's what Brady used to do. He'll elevate the team and they'll win together.
yeah. That's
It's not put about
that
putting the
is
team
true.
on your
I
back.
mean, you can't get more elevated than being down 28 points. You know what I mean? Like that's insane. Like it's it's crazy. But no, I'm with you 100%. But yeah, that's the difference this year. Andy Reid hasn't put everything on Patrick Mahomes. So, do you think that the Chiefs are gonna have that dropping issue again in the Super Bowl this season? Because they've had every game this season. They've had issues with that.
They had
You
it
think they'll
before, I
also have
guess.
it in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it should. I mean, if they've done it all season,
Hmm.
um, chances are, again, we're talking about probability from a probability standpoint. Probabilities that they will do it again. You know what I mean? It's not guaranteed, but there's a strong probability that they will do it again. Fifth 75, what's going on?
Yeah, that's why I highlighted. What's up, Fincenti? How you doing? How you doing, girl? Literally one of your biggest fans right over here,
Hmm?
Mister Blunder himself. Shake money matters. But yeah, no, I have to agree with you, Shake. Like it's gonna be very interesting to see how they end up overcoming that. How Patrick Mahomes will have to overcome that. But to me, to give the Niners a shot to win this Super Bowl, they have to contain Patrick Mahomes in the pocket, in my opinion. You cannot allow him to be dual threat. You know what I mean? Just can't. Oh no, I'm a fan of Shake. She's your fan. Shake
I'm
money.
But yeah, she's the muse, if you will, inspiration. But no,
I get it. I get it. I
but
get.
no, no. But like I said, if you one of the reasons I bring up Tom Brady is because if you look at one of the things I was hoping for Tua is that if you
Hmm.
look at a lot of Tom Brady's wins, the 9 or 8 receivers, different receivers get receptions. He passes the ball around. He passes the ball around. You know what I mean? You don't know if you got to second guess who's getting the ball. It's kind of hard to defend that. You know what I mean? Where
Very
our
hard.
offense is
Yeah, you're right.
it's a our offense is a 50-50 guess. It's either going to Tyreek or Hill Waddle. Not very hard to get figure that out.
50-50. Let's not lie to the people. It is 97% Tyreek, 3%
And three
everyone
percent
else at this point. Like
no, no, actually 9% Tyreek, 5% 3% Waddle, and 2% everybody else. There you go.
for real. Like it's insane. What's up? Who is this interesting person?
Hey
Who is this?
everybody.
Hey,
Hey, how are you guys doing?
good. How are you doing?
We're good,
I'm
Vincent.
I'm I'm okay.
What do you
No,
do?
making it. So
You're
what are we
making
talking about?
that's good. That's good.
The Super Bowl.
Super Bowl
Oh,
58.
We're talking about the Taylor Swift concert this weekend with some football in it on
it's
halftime.
us. It's a us.
Exactly. Let's go.
Oh Lord. Hey, well, first of all, hello, Miss Phins. Thank you for bringing me up. Hey, Shake and
What's
Cap
going
for
on?
Life. And shout
Yeah,
out to
for life.
Good
Activision
morning.
and everyone else in the chat. G-Man and True Blazer, the ones that I can see right now at the top of my what's name. But everybody, hello. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. There you go.
Yeah, for life.
So you gotta hit me with a question.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I guess he yeah, well, what do you got on this game? Super Bowl 58. It's the last game of the season, nothing else after this.
Oh man, It's a very interesting game, right? Because you have, something that I've been harping on with a, championship defense, a team that knows how to win. Spags is definitely not getting enough credit for what he does, especially the amount of pressure that he puts on QBs, right? We saw Lamar struggle with it. We saw, Tua struggle with it. So he's been able to, take out the top two scoring offenses this year. And now you bring in, one of the NFC's top scoring offenses, and you're saying, well, the Dolphins kind of play a similar style. How is he going to implement it? Well, luckily, San Fran has, I don't want to say more weapons at their disposal, but they use their weapons more effectively in the
Good
passing
point.
game, right? It's not like
Yeah.
centered around just getting the ball to Tyreek or just getting the ball um, to Ayuk or Samuel or Kittle, right? They have a lot of
Hmm.
weapons in the passing game. Now, I'm not going to negate the fact that he will have a game plan for that. It will be in Purdy's hands. It will be up to Kyle Shanahan to see how he adjusts in that game once they show him something and show him that how they're going to play him. Like, is it going to be heavy boxes? Is it going to be too high? Is it going to be single high? Like, how are they going to try to, disrupt Purdy's eyes, right? Because he's young. It's his first time. And you want him to feel the pressure of that moment. And the one thing that you can do to heighten that is by making them have happy feet and trying to take away the run game. Do they start out with saying the game plan is to take out McCaffrey, so you feel like hopefully we can get a lead. They're playing from behind, and now they feel like they have to pass and put the ball in Purdy's hand, right? That seems like the smart thing, right? So what will Kyle Shanahan do? On the other side, right? Everyone, I know you guys were talking about the drop passes, right? Well, as of recently, we've seen less of that because Kansas City and Andy Reid, sorry, I don't know Casey's OC off the top of my head, they have minimized that by saying, you know what, Kelsey, you got to catch the ball, right? Kelsey has, minimized his drops. That was one of the biggest things. And then also the next option has been Rasheed Rice. Every now and then they've sprinkled in the other tight end with Watson and Gray, and you kind of understand that the ball is going to get to Pacheco, right? They've been running the ball really effectively. So when you look at this game and you look at the defenses, right? Obviously, the Lions were able to move the ball, right, with their running backs. So will Pacheco be able to move the ball? Will KC be willing to put the ball in Pacheco's hands? Because what we saw last year, granted he was a rookie, Pacheco didn't really see a workload until the second half against the Eagles game, and that actually changed the trajectory of what was going on in that game. And Pacheco was really big in the comeback. Excuse me, that's a lot of wind. Sorry, I need water. But if I'm looking at it in its totality with saying all of that, understanding that Bosa and Chase, um, and believe me, I love San Fran's front seven. Right now, I'm leaning more on the side of experience and what I've seen from Spag and his defense. There are plays to be made. Like I do not think that this is going to be a low scoring. What's the name? We've seen both defenses, give up plays, give up yards. Like we saw Zay Flowers getting loose, in that secondary. I hopefully we see some of that with Debo with some of the route concepts that they use with Zay Flowers and how he got open. So I am going to go against the Tide and everyone, and I'm just going against the numbers. Everyone is so heavy on the Chiefs. I'm just going to pick the 49ers. You're muted. You are muted, Miss Fins.
You're muted.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna add to that in a second here, but the thing is, everybody's betting on the Niners winning this game, which for me feels like, well, that means the Chiefs are winning this game. Like that's how I have it. That's how I see it. But
Everyone I've asked has said KC, so I have to go opposite. I have to be like, it's going to be fun.
it's gonna be interesting. Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, right now, Kansas City is running that 4-3 scheme, so they actually have a pretty good pass rush. I expect them to go very heavy and go after, like really go after Brock Purdy, because Spags right now he's actually been very, really, really good at disguising the different coverages and blitzes that he brings to the opposing quarterback, especially having a, I keep saying rookie, but he's technically not a rookie. But that diversity, that adaptability that they have, yeah, I
Mhm.
actually expect that defense to really go after Purdy and make it very difficult for them, which is why I say that
Mhm.
their stars, like Adebo, like CMC, like Kyle Juszczyk, they have to step up and bail out their young quarterback because of all the different looks and blitzes he's going to have to face in this Kansas City defense. So for
Can,
me,
go
that's
ahead.
going to be the biggest issue for the Niners when it
But,
comes to that.
but you know what? When you say that too, right? I will say this, right? I feel like you have the upper edge, right? Because Jake Moody, who was my fantasy kicker this year, shout out to him, has been struggling with misses. And Harrison Bucker knows the moment. He knows the pressure that it takes to kick a game winning or a
Yeah.
game leading, game altering. Maybe he has to go into overtime kick. So I would say we haven't, necessarily spoke on special teams. We
No,
haven't touched on that because I mean, obviously, we expect the ball to be put into Mahomes' hands, stuff like that. But if it comes down to a 50+ yarder and Bucker's going out there, we all trust them, in that moment to make that kick. Or if you need Townsend, I think Townsend's still there, but if you need them to pin them back, like, are they going to switch it up instead of putting Ray McLeod the third back there? It's the biggest game. Are you willing to put Debo Samuel or Brandon Ayuk back there on special teams? Is Kansas City going to bring back Kadarius Tony just for special teams? It's like what are these little intricate things, especially on the special team side of the ball? Because remember, that Kadarius Tony
that might be the
punt
difference.
return changed it was like, wow, that was such a big explosive play. And then Kansas City goes on and scores, and it was just like, wow. So to me, those little small things, how much are you going to allow your playmakers to be playmakers? So yeah, that would be very interesting. I think as of right now, special teams does favor KC side. A lot of things favor KC side. um
Oh yeah, because they have more experience. I mean, it's not even a question. So I'm with you on that. Again, it depends on how it goes. I just feel like because, in my opinion, the Chiefs have been led by their defense this season for the first time in the last 8 seasons, if you will. That, yeah, I especially expect having the number two defense, scoring defense. That's pretty good. And let's be honest, it's gonna take more than 20 points to for either team to win this game, in my opinion. It's gonna have to be more than 20 points. You have to score a minimum, in my opinion, 20 points to get a shot at winning this game. And the way that defense for the Chiefs, who has kept them in games all season long, because they've had so many issues with dropping, the number one dropping team in dropping percentage and actual drop passes has been Kansas City. Yeah, they're gonna really need Spags to halt the power, if you will, the offensive power that the Niners have in CMC, in Devo in the red zone, so on and so forth. So, I mean, that's going to be the matchup I look forward to the most. The KC defense versus the 49ers offense. Because to me, in the reverse, the Kansas City offense is way better than the 49ers defense. So that's going to be a struggle, in my opinion. Their defense will be their biggest.
Ooh, that's very interesting. It's
What?
very interesting that you say that. But
What do you
Aquavision,
mean? Very interesting.
no, because listen, you know what? One thing I do love, me, and you too. That's one of the kindred things that we have is our love for defenses. And for you to say that a
Yes.
particular offense that has been, I don't want to say, and here's one thing, I don't want to say
They've been
case
struggling.
I don't want to
Yes.
say KC is limited in weapons because obviously this is predominantly the same roster minus Juju, you know, that's going
Yeah.
back to the Super Bowl, right? I think that's pretty much the only like key, if you want to
Big
say
guy.
quote key quote unquote key offensive player that left. I mean, he made some impact. He was able to draw that offensive hold that kept that drive alive. Excuse me. So they just got it like Sky Moore is coming back. We don't know if Kadarius is playing and stuff like that. I mean, he's been the most, droppable. And you've seen how the offense has kind of like, I don't want to say lost, but it's kind of self corrected the drops a little bit. And I do think it has been primarily because Mahomes has said, you know what? I'm going to give the ball no matter what. If it's not Kelsey, if it's not Rasheed, I'm going to try to extend, maybe try to give him extra time to what's because even the things to Rasheed, if you look at it, a lot of it it's like to the sticks, underneath, quick slants. Okay, if that's not there, the next thing you know, he's running 10 yards down the field, and you're like, oh my gosh, here we go, Mahomes magic. And it's beautiful in the simplicity of how they made their offense to where it's like no longer those receivers are feeling that much pressure because it's like Mahomes is saying, you know what? I'll make a play and I'll simplify it. Some of y'all ain't even gotta worry about getting the ball. Just go out there and run a route. We see MVS get like maybe 2 targets and he goes back to him in the most crazy time, you know, last play of the game. This is to go to the Super Bowl and they say, you know what? This is your time. Just catch it. I'm throwing it to you. Catch it, right? You don't have to overthink it. Like you'll get your time, you'll get your moment, and all that type of stuff. Everybody, saying, "Oh, it's gonna be," but like I said, it's going to be very interesting to see how they utilize that against the San Fran defense. I mean, it wasn't as if the
His
Ravens were
superpower is just
ever.
extending plays. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Superpower is just extending plays. If they contain him in the pocket,
Yeah,
they'll be fine. The problem is 49ers run a zone coverage defense. That's going to be very tough to contain Patrick Mahomes because you already know that Travis Kelsey will hit you and kill you in the middle
yeah,
of the
yeah. And the crazy thing
of
about
the
it is,
field.
when you think about that, still to this day, even with what KC is going to put out there offensively, you don't blitz Patrick Mahomes. And that right there, that one thing, knowing that you do not blitz Patrick Mahomes, what is the defensive coordinator on the 49ers going to do? Because you have to be able to put pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
But that's what I like. To me, when it's the last game and you have the two teams like left standing, and everything like is left out there, even the discussions and all that. Patrick, it's going to be, to me, this is when you love football, is when you just sit up and just understand that
Matchups.
you have a matchup where it kind of favors one side a little bit, and it's like this. You The legend is you don't bet against Patrick Mahomes, right? We haven't seen a legend like that since Tom Brady. So it's like, does he still live up to that hype? He's 9-3 outright as an underdog, right? So 12
Mhm.
games he's played, he's won outright 9 times, which is crazy. Two of them have been this year against the Bills and the Ravens in the playoffs, right? So when you think about what this defense has been able to do, and what Patrick Mahomes has been able to do, because I do not want to negate what this defense has been able to do.
They've been led
They
by this defense this season.
it's going to be fun, but just to pick your brain a little bit, because I like to pick your brain. Um, Aquavision,
Well, thank you, everybody. This has been an awesome day for. No, I'm just kidding.
no, no,
You
no, and
always,
Shake has to get back in this conversation. Shake, you can't be quiet on
I
me.
know. Well, you've been
Aquavision put
rattling
yeah,
up.
Aquavision put a really good question in the chat.
Wow,
That
this is probably the
and
most
oh,
consequential question this entire
yeah,
weekend.
I know,
Flats
and
or
then
drum?
after that, you got to tell me, what is your favorite Super Bowl food, snack, whatever.
See,
I'm
I
putting
like
it
the
in.
reason I like drums. The reason I like drums better is because you only have one bone to dispose instead of two, and you have more meat. Simple.
Mm. Uh, I mean, the biggest Super Bowl, and I already said this. Fun fact that the damn. No, let's take this off. Sorry, I just put it in there. The number one day for chicken wing consumption is Super Bowl Sunday. Over 8 billion chicken wings will be consumed this Sunday in the United States, and if you add the worldwide market, then yeah, that's gonna be even more. Um,
That's a lot of chickens being killed.
it's a lot of chickens. I know. It's a lot of chickens.
Five
Billions
hundred
of chickens. No, billions, dude. To or I guess yeah,
billion.
because they got two wings, so at least half a billion chicken to a billion chickens will be
Actually,
consumed.
they technically they cut. It's four a wing. Technically, a chicken accounts for four wings. You think about it.
I know, which is absolute BS because a wing is the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they like to cut it off. It is what it is. I will say this: I prefer flats, but I love drumettes too. Good to so that's good. Chip and dip. You know what I mean? That's probably like it.
I did
Chip and
mine in.
dip. We
I did my chicken wings in ranch.
No, 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 no,
Ranch.
no,
Love
no, no.
hard
Major
pass on me.
violation.
Blue cheese
Man.
only.
Yeah, blue cheese only. Blue
I
cheese
can't
No,
only.
stand.
I
Ooh.
need well done buffalo hot chicken wings. That's the way to go.
We got these nice honey hot wings. I know it's like a movement now, but like this has been like a thing for us for um like this goes back to like when my parents were kids. This restaurant had been selling these wings and like they sell out. We have this one spot that has like this amazing dry rub. I'm a big fan of, BJ Roasters. Shout out to them. Dry rub, wings. But me, I am a honey barbecue person. I can't do buffalo too hot, anything
Those
like
are good.
that. But if it's honey barbecue, oh yeah, that's my favorite with some nice blue cheese. That's top tier right there.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it with that one. That's good. I'll say this: what's the best side dish for Super Bowl Sunday? Mm? Shake money.
What do you say?
What's the best side dish for Super Bowl Sunday? Because typically the wings are the main course. What's the best side dish you'll have Super Bowl Sunday?
Oh, I was gonna say, I can't answer that. My girlfriend's listening. But you're talking about food. Let's see. Mac and cheese, definitely. Everything's
Mac and cheese. No, no,
mac and
Michelle, you're wrong.
cheese.
I'm a, I'm gonna throw a wild card at y'all. Okay,
Mozzarella
my
sticks too. Mozzarella
oh
sticks.
yeah,
So
I'm a big Matson and
Mozzies. Yeah, I'm a
I'm a big
Mozzie girl too.
Matson and marinara. What's it? But my sister makes this amazing lump crab dip. Oh my gosh!
What?
So like lump crab dip.
What
It's
dip?
like a oh my god. It's like a lump crab dip. Like it's kind of like it would be kind of like the equivalent, I guess, to like a buffalo chicken, but without the spiciness. Sometimes it's spicy. Sometimes you're like put a little buffalo kick to it. But my sister makes it's like a crab dip. It's really 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 good. But she makes it with fresh lump crab and oh my gosh. So I guess the
Mm.
chips and dip with you, just that one.
Shout out to Tostitos, who should be sponsoring this show today. Tostitos, their queso and salsa dip. You gotta go mild though. My dad is insane. Last time he brought hot and mild, and I'm like, Daddy, just bring medium. Like, what?
Oh yeah, the
I,
queso con salsa. Yeah, yeah.
that hot sauce, that like the hot salsa. Oof, that's too much, man. I'm crying a little like with that one. You know what I mean? But we do it a little bit different. For me, side dish, mashed potatoes, corn. Um, that's typically how we do it in my family. But this is the thing: the Super Bowl is a holiday for us. I am writing up a petition to have Super Bowl Monday be a national holiday. I think everybody should have off on Monday. I think nobody should have to work on Monday. Period. Nobody should like complete shutdown. And everybody should have that Monday off. And I think it's a movement. It's a real thing. You know what I mean? And I think we should all have. I requested every year, like months in advance. And my boss always looks like, why do you? And then once we get closer and all my coworkers are trying to take the day off, it's like, I'm already approved. So I love it. But yeah, no, mashed potatoes, corn, obviously the chicken, buffalo chicken, blue cheese, celery, carrots, chip did. Then we have some other stuff that we do as well. Little charcuterie board, kind of, guava pastry, guava paste, Ritz
Mhm.
crackers, some
Mhm.
cheddar cheese. So yeah, I mean that's just. But we throw. It's a holiday for us. We throw a giant party. Period.
No.
So
So so
Another
Pat,
food that's underrated is pizza. Pizza is definitely one of my favorite.
if
I
you don't have
feel
pizza
like
there,
pizza's good,
you gotta have it there.
just not that day in my opinion. Like, just not
Because
that day.
it's a beautiful thing. But I will say this. I will, no matter what, right? It's good food. Hopefully, it's a good game. I don't want one of those,
Facts.
Broncos Seattle games where it's just like a
The worst
blowout and it's like,
Super Bowl in my opinion. Literally the
it
worst Super
happened in
Bowl.
Jersey. Shout out to Jersey. It's difficult to play out here, but I think that was the Jersey one. But yeah. So can I just ask now? Getting back to folk, can I ask one last question before I skedaddle?
Hmm. Oh, you can't skedaddle. You gotta stay in backstage. So
I have to skip.
yeah, you
Do
gotta
you
speak with
feel
HR. So
okay?
yeah,
My my agent said I was
your
scheduled for
union rep will be present too.
a
So don't
30-minute
worry.
appearance, and I'm almost there. I looked at the time. Oh, look, it's going back and forth between flats and trips. That's crazy. Do you feel
Hmm.
safe saying the phrase "You don't bet against Patrick Mahomes"? No matter what, has he earned has he earned that yet? In the same level that we referenced it to the Patriots and Tom Brady at one point. Do you think you don't bet against Mahomes and the
Not
Chiefs
to
right
that
now?
level. Not to that level.
All right,
You're talking
all
about
right.
10 Super Bowls, 6 wins. Not to that level. But you gotta give him respect. It's a veteran team. So as a veteran team, what they've accomplished in the last 6 years, yeah. But not to the level of I'm not crowning the Chiefs. I'm not crowning the Chiefs. They got to do a lot more in order for me to crown them. But yeah, as a veteran team, yes, you heard me, veteran team. Yeah, you have to give it up to them. Until you beat them, they are the guys. So
Yeah, I would say Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. I'll add that caveat. Don't bet on Andy Reid and Mahomes. I think it's a package deal at this moment until proven otherwise. Because both, we haven't seen Andy Reid has proven he couldn't win without Mahomes, but let's see if Mahomes can win without Andy Reid.
that is true. That is true. But no, I mean, again, you gotta until you beat the guy, you're not the guy. You know what I mean? How the saying goes, or I butchered it, whatever. But at the end of the day, um,
To be the man, you have to beat the man. Woo!
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Ric Flair, I see you. Uh, I would have to say that yeah, I will give I will give them the respect that is due as Super Bowl champs. The defending Super Bowl champs and a veteran team, but I'm not gonna crown them or put them in the same level as the uh, as the Patriots. And I can't stand that people do that. It's not even close, in my opinion. Not yet. He's gonna have to do a lot more and a lot faster time with longevity for me to okay, maybe they're in the conversation. So, but that's just me. What about you? Oh my God, with this name, I can't. You really want to get into this now? Is that what we're talking about? Is that what we're talking about?
Listen, we don't have to get into it if you don't want to. This is your show. That's just
We're
how I
gonna get
feel.
into it. Before you say that, before we go down that rabbit hole, answer your own question, and then I'm gonna bring somebody that got in the back for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and because I like what we're doing up here real quick. But answer your own question. Do you put them in that pedestal of at the same level as already the Patriots and Tom Brady?
Oh man, so when I think of that, right, and we understand that, you excuse me, you don't give Tom Brady the ball back with, any time. It could be a half a second on the clock.
Literally.
He's gonna find a way. And then you think about how, the 13 seconds. Sorry, Bills fans, if you listen, but I'm just, bringing up facts and not trying to scorn anybody or anything. It all hurts. It's happened to us all, right? Um,
Hmm.
I will say this. Respectfully, we
Hmm.
I think we all have that quiet voice in our head that if you give Mahomes the ball back, that somehow, some way they're going to find a way to score, get in field goal position, whatever the assignment is that needs to be done, they're going to find it. And
They have the best chance of doing it. Yes, I agree with that.
right, and when I
Right now
think
in the NFL.
right, and when
Yeah.
I think about, the simplicity and the beautiful thing, right? We think about, and my dad and I were talking about this, right?
Hey, shout out to 6007.
You think
Hmm.
about, how they were able to bring in and let go of running backs, whether, just Dylan, Blunt. We can go down the list of like running backs that have, come through the Patriots organization. They had a guy in Clyde Edward Hilaire, right? They had Jarek McKinnon, right? Then they find a guy like Isaiah Pacheco from Rutgers in like the seventh round. Like it's crazy, right?
Out
So
of nowhere.
I
Out of nowhere. Yeah.
shout out to, I mean, from South Jersey via Records, shout out to the kid, Jersey, South Jersey at that. But no, it was actually funny because we just saw a couple people wearing Pacheco jerseys, and we were like, yo, that's dope. And we were asking, right, will Pacheco be a Hall of Famer? Right, he'll have two, running back. It's a big topic out here because he's from out here. But I will say this: I think he has earned it because he has proven it. Not only has he proven it throughout the playoffs, whether it was the one year where they came back from double digits in each game. I think it started out with Houston or something like that. And it just kind of trickled down all the way to the Super Bowl. And they ended up winning with being down by double digits in each game. That was very interesting. We don't talk enough about that and that greatness of that um, playoff Super Bowl run. You saw it in AFC championship games. You've seen it in, regular season games. I think you understand that part of your game plan is that no matter how good your defense is, you don't want that to be the matchup that you're facing at the end. You don't want your defense on the field in that moment. You want your offense to somehow ice the game. And you've seen it. You've seen teams go for it on fourth down because they're like, we can't give the ball back to them. Like by hook or crook, we got to find a way. We can't settle for field goals. We have to score touchdowns. And even as they have, quote unquote, struggled this year, there still has always been that cachet. And I've said it, they're still the Chiefs. They're still the Chiefs. When everyone was saying, oh, I'm like, bruh, That is a Super Bowl winning team. Like, stop looking at them through this one lens of like glossiness. Like when the moment comes, and it has shown in the playoffs, oh, they can't play on the road, or they got to come and play up in Buffalo now. Okay. Or they got to go to But okay. And they have shown, and that's what I think puts them on that level. I think that if they win this game, man, the dynasty of that, and I find it crazy, right? And I was just talking to my dad about this, right? Do players want to win or do they want money? And I think it's a give or take of both because Tyreek could have, you know, Tyreek could be playing in the Super Bowl this weekend. Tyreek could have another Super Bowl. And at that moment, he said, I had already won. I want some money now. And that's why we got him. But it's interesting. I think he has that, and I think that will quietly be one of those things with time management, because even if you look at the Eagles game, right? They had a chance. I mean, granted, we can say it was some controversial non calls on that last drive. We can say it, and we can say that some of the whistles have favored and all that. We can get to narratives and all that, but time and time again, even if it's you're talking about the regular season, that crazy lateral pass, even though Tony lined up off sides, that's a win for the Chiefs against the Bills. If
Yeah,
right? So they have shown that ability. If they need a touchdown, they're able to execute that. And I feel like that's the level the Dolphins need to get to. And I mean, practice, time, chemistry, and all that. Hopefully it'll come. But yeah, I feel like ever since he's come into the league, um, there's just been something particularly just special about his playmaking ability. It's not, oh, I need to run 20 times. It's just like, you know what? In that right moment at that right time, I will run. And you don't know when it's gonna happen because he's prone to using his arm to make that play. But oh my gosh, if that is not like the most, I can't even say it's slow because it's just quick feet. Like he has
yeah,
some really quick feet when he runs. And it's funny because it's like he knows to get, he's getting into a sideline. Like, and look at it, no matter what, like 9 times out of
Ooh,
10, if
Kermit.
he yes, he and you better not hit him. And he baits it so well, like just those little intricate, beautiful things about his game. Like I really love football, and like just watching that type of stuff, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like if you want to see some, interesting, yeah, and he just be holding the ball out. He sometimes he touches, sometimes he doesn't. He's gonna pump fake you at right at the line of scrimmage. He's pumping. If you move, he's going past you. So, and don't let him get to a sideline because you're going to be prone to hit him out. You're going to hit him, and it's going to be another 15 yards. And he's very smart with that. He's a very, very smart and intelligent quarterback. So I think that's why you can. Yeah.
but
All right,
there's
hold
one
on.
thing you brought up real quick. I want to talk about is the fact that what you said about Tyreek Hill. He got a Super
Oh,
Bowl.
Tua was snubbed. Oh no. Okay.
No, about how Tua's gonna be the Super Bowl MVP. No, uh, no, how Tyreek already got his ring, whatever, and now he wants his money. And the thing that reminds me of is people don't realize when Deion Sanders did his biography, whatever, and he won a championship Super Bowl. He was like he felt it was like he said it was anticlimactic. He's like, was this it? Not every once they win it, there's some people who are gonna be like, yeah, I want another one. There's some people like, it wasn't worth all that pain. You know what I mean? And so, you know what? I'm gonna get the money.
Hey,
Yep.
you can't deny that. I mean, and you brought us a couple of points of insanity, which I think they were great. I'm still not gonna crown him, even if he wins this one. Like, is it now?
Okay.
I did contest that we have officially entered the Patrick Mahomes era. I will say that, but no, I mean,
There's
what
been
was
too
that
many people.
quote? What was that quote? Shake money that I butchered and you fixed for me. What was the
Be
quote?
the
To
man.
to
You
be
have to
the
be.
man, and he
You have
didn't.
to be the man. You have
So
to beat the man.
and he didn't head to head.
You
So
talking about Tom Brady?
at the end of the day, great
So,
quarterback. We have
so
entered
that
his
makes
era,
that
but
makes Eli the man.
Eli's definitely the man. But Eli has two versus seven, so that's also that's also sad with that as well. But anywho, I will put that to the side. Let me bring real quick. Thank you so much for being patient. We're gonna bring you up real quick just to get your take on the Super Bowl, and then I'm gonna close it out with these two peeps up here. But thank you so much for being patient. Talk to us. What you got on this Super Bowl game? Can you hear us?
Can't hear him. Is he talking? Yeah, I think Miss Spence froze, didn't she?
Yeah, it looks like it.
She's
Armin,
there. She's there, or she's really a good mind.
yeah, Armin, what do you have on the Super Bowl? Like, what do you think is going to happen? What do you see as the biggest matchup? What about Kansas City makes you want to pick them against a powerhouse NFC team like the San Francisco 49ers?
Mm. Where Miss Spence is?
So, what in particular would be hard for you? Like, I think you said it would be hard for you. Like, is it hard for you to pick against Patrick Mahomes? Is it that you think KC's defense will be able to stop the 49ers? Which one? Don't just say yeah. You got to give us you got to give us some talking points. Come on, let us know what's going on in their mind and how you're thinking about this game, if you don't mind. Right. What was that last part?
Yeah, he sound muffled.
Yeah, like I don't know if you're too close to your mic, sir, but you just you sound like a little. It's kind of coming in like it's kind of coming in too fast and like too together. So it's kind of like a little bit hard to like make out what you're saying. So yeah, we
Yeah,
can
a
hear
little.
you. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, that's
You're
yeah.
chopping up a little bit, but
Are you able to make out what he's saying, Shake?
no. Some
No. Okay.
all I heard was good game.
Okay. So okay, I'll ask you this then. Which part of Kansas City's team do you think will be more impactful in this game? Huh? You don't think what? Yeah, I'm confused. I'm confused. All right, so
There she is.
there she goes.
There I am. What's up, guys? Holy smokes. Sorry, my literal Wi Fi, everything went down, everything got shut down. I don't even know what happened here. But hey, it is what it is. It's like, yo,
But listen,
you and yo talking basketball now?
uh, I'm gonna head out. But hey, listen, before I head out, I wanna say thank you, Fin75. Like I said, you're my big inspiration. Appreciate you. Big fan of yours. Um, and Miss Fin, same to you. But tonight, I am doing on the Fins tailgate. I will be doing my open panel. On my drive time open panel. It is the title is going to Vegas with Elvis impersonators open panel. So it's at 6 o'clock. You know, what I mean, we'll be talking about everything Dolphins and everything under the sun. So appreciate y'all. Fins up.
Thanks, Take Money. Appreciate you coming through, man. Armin, thank you so much. Give me your final thoughts real quick, sir.
And I found it out or something.
Oh man, I think there were some connections issues with him. Well, and then there were two, ladies and gentlemen.
And then there were two. Cap's not still backstage, and then there were two.
No, he's not. I don't see him here.
I know he put
So,
something in the chat, but okay, okay. And then
did
there
he?
were
I don't.
he well yeah he's because I put did you feed his friends and he put hello like 3 minutes ago, so maybe he had to dip out. But shout out to Cap for Life for trying to come out and join the show. We
Yes, I know. Hit
appreciate
that like button, guys.
97%. Let me stop. But there were two. Go ahead, Miss
97,
Friends.
97%. Where'd you get that from?
Huh? We'll talk about it later.
Okay. Oh God. You know what? Okay, okay. We'll talk about it later. Armin, thank you so much for coming through, man. I don't know what happened, but I think I'm having some massive issues right now. But I appreciate you coming through if you can hear me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, hey, it's the last show of the season. Why not have some technical difficulties? You know what I mean? Um, but it is Super Bowl week, so very excited about that. Now let's talk about real quick. Tua was snubbed. I have to 100% agree with you.
Thank you.
I'm
Okay.
still trying to figure out what's his name?
Flacco.
Joe Flacco came back from. The internet is golden. I even heard he came back from the couch. He
I
came
mean,
back from eating
he came back
potato
from the
chips.
Jets organization. Let's start there. That in
He
itself is a feat because the Jets sent him into retirement. Like the way that team is horrible. Sorry, Jets fans. You made the man say, "I don't even want to be a part of this." I mean, granted, you got Aaron Rodgers coming in, but he's like, "I don't even want to be tied to this. Even if something happens, I'm not dealing with this mess of a mess." No offense, Jets fans. Y'all know how I feel about y'all being from Jersey. It's all love outside of that. But yeah, that's what he came back from. Like that, I'll say that. That other than that, that is a formidable
That
comeback.
was the most. I literally posted somewhere. I don't even know where. I
Don't
posted something.
start.
I'm like, we had standards when it came to comeback player of the year. I still remember. To me, the greatest one of the greatest ones has to be breaking the ACL, MCL, every L,
Yeah,
and then coming back for 2,000 rushing yards. Adrian Peterson
AP all day. Yep.
to then Joe Flacco off the catch. Like I don't get it. And the man didn't even play the full season. Like literally nobody, nobody Nobody had a better argument. I mean, except no, not even Damar. And I get it. He came back from literal death. But for what? He played 10 snaps this entire season? Sorry, you were not a player this season. And then you have one of the weirdest calls ever called by your head coach to give you some highlight moment. And then,
Yeah, I will say this: out of everyone that
nah,
was
man,
on,
I'm sorry. The
no, no, out
only
of
Tua should have gotten that. That was 1,000% on Tua, not even Baker. Not even Baker, in
I
my
will say
opinion.
this, and I mean this respectfully. The fact that Tua fell all the way to fifth is very disrespectful. I get it. I believe voting is done before the season ends. But Joe Flacco started how many games during that season? Tua was pretty much in retirement, right? He comes back. He leads the NFL with one of the top, well, in passing, right? And then not only that, excuse me, he puts together one of the most prolific offenses this year, right? And I can get, like, if you want to say, oh, because he lost the East, or because how he played against, I guess playoff team, whatever narrative you want to throw out there, he shouldn't be fifth. That's disrespectful. He's the only one with the people above him that were ever in the talks of being an MVP contender this year. And the fact that Dolphin fans are not even up in arms about this, that he was snubbed so bad. Even if he would have got second, I may have seen him. But the way that Joe Flacco did not show up either in the playoffs, if you're doing it off of a 4-1 record in the regular season, you can miss me with that. You can miss me with that because Tua won 11-7, if I'm correct. No, 11-6, 11-6. So this right here in itself is very disrespectful. Once again, you're seeing how they treat our players. I'm not too much upset about McCaffrey winning Offensive Player of the Year. I think what he does for San Fran within the running game and the passing game you know, is amazing. But Tua not winning Comeback Player of the Year when he was 1 foot out the door to come back and to be as great as he was this year. All his numbers improved. He got his team back to the playoffs. This this is beyond me. And the numbers between the
I
guys,
thought
we
it
can
was
get into
ridiculous. It
that.
wasn't even
But
close to
fifth,
me.
but fifth, that's disrespectful.
No, it's not even. It's not even like it's not even a question. Nobody had a better case. Not even Damar Hamlin, who came back from death, had a better case. Not Stafford. Not nobody. Nobody had a better case for comeback player of the year than Tua this year. The man literally was being retired by the NFL. Like the NFL themselves were saying maybe he should retire. Maybe he needs to do all the crap we had to deal with him last year, as far as his health, how we were being punished by the league, all this stuff. And then you mean to tell me this man came in fifth in voting with only 41 votes? Who the hell? I would have, you know what? I would have been okay losing to Damar Hamlin because
Oh, that narrative stuff, yeah, narratives. But yeah. Miss Finch, you there? Did you freeze again? Ladies and gentlemen, please donate to the Miss Funds Wi-Fi GoFundMe. You can see in the bottom right there if you would like to donate. There's Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, your Super Chat. This is what's the name. But I'm gonna read Hooked Up Joe's comment. It says comeback player of the year should be for a football player coming back and doing football player stuff. If you are hardly on the field, comeback player of the year shouldn't apply. Crazy. And you know what, Hooked Up Joe? I absolutely agree with you. Um, I can't disagree with anything in that statement. I will say this for no matter how divisive you are on whether you want to or not, what he was able to do this season to come back to show a better command of the offense. Um, I think I think personally, I mean, we can get into it. Esteban, you're more than welcome to come up and talk to me about this because
Man,
you're not. I don't. Yeah, I was just reading on what's the name. Thank you, Michelle. It says the Jets are finally changing uniforms and making it like safe. You know, hey Dakota, if you think that changing your uniforms is going to be the end all be all, I cannot disagree with you. I mean, that's something that Dolphin fans have been saying. We want to go back to our throwbacks, our old color. What's the name? But I don't think changing your uniforms is going to necessarily change the. How can I say this respectfully?
you ain't winning by
I'm trying to be
changing the
no 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 no
uniform.
no 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 no. Because one thing that I've learned as you step back and you look at things, right? Sometimes the way that people and fans are tied emotionally to this. So I never like, especially not knowing someone, I don't want to disrespect or come off disrespectful to anyone or to their team. So I will just say this to Dakota: good luck in the upcoming seasons to come. We're still going to sweep you next year. It'll be fun, but good luck in all your other games. But yeah, Miss Finch, you were talking about the Tua snub. Then I think you kind of went out or whatever, but
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm having some massive issues right now, so I apologize, guys. But what I was saying was, I can understand Tyreek losing to CMC. You know what I
mhm,
mean? For offensive play of the year, I
mhm.
could even understand losing comeback player of the year to Damar Hamlin. But ain't no way you're gonna convince me that Joe on the couch Flacco is a comeback player of the year.
All
No.
right. I will say this: he did come out because I don't want to make it sound like I'm slighting Joe. He came out, played well, and Joku became one of the top tight ends, believe it or not, in fantasy. I was very very scary going up against him in the championship game. Um, you had Amari Cooper, but I mean, it's not as if he wasn't without weapons. Jerome Ford stepped up, Kareem Hunt stepped up, but I will say Joe was out there making some plays, and he did command that offense really well. And for him to be able to pick it up so quickly was amazing, as in to get the Browns into the playoffs, which was, beautiful. And some people thought that, hey, they had a minor chance until we saw what CJ Stroud is going to be, which is very interesting. I want to love when you talk about the AFC quarterbacks this offseason. That's going to be a beautiful thing to see where we rank some of these guys at now.
Oh
But
yeah, we're gonna have fun with that.
yeah, Tua, all the narratives. He can't stay healthy. Stayed healthy. He won't play through an injury. Plays through an injury. Won't play all the whole season. Played the whole season. He can't get touchdowns. He got touchdowns. He got yards. He threw the ball deep. He threw the ball in intermittent part of the field. He tore up the middle of the field. He threw into tight windows. Um he didn't take as many sacks. Um we were all making fun of the jujitsu. That helped. So like I will say this. Yes, he has to play a little bit better against, top teams. But no one thought he was going to beat the Cowboys. Beat the Cowboys. I mean, that's nothing now, but I mean, no one thought he was. He did it. No, everyone said he wouldn't beat the Chargers. He beat the Chargers. You feel me? We got to work on the closing game part. Getting that touchdown when we need it, getting into field goal range when we need it. I mean, he did it against the Cowboys, but what's the name? But against the top teams, got to play a little bit better against Buffalo and stuff like that. But the whole team does, right? We can't just put it on. We want to put it on the quarterback. The whole team does, and it starts with Tua. It starts at the top, but For this year, absolutely, Tua Tagovailoa was and should have been the comeback player of the year, and the fact that they snubbed him so disrespectfully. I'm not saying it's as egregious as it's obviously not as egregious as Zach being snubbed year in year and year out for the Hall of Fame, but Tua definitely was comeback player of the year, and my jaw dropped when they said Joe Flacco. I wish I could have done a live reaction to that. I was very upset at that moment, and it's not just because I have this innate love for my quarterback and for this team. It's just disrespectful when I saw that he was fifth. If he would have been, I might have been able to take a little bit better, but fifth, nah. Stafford was injured. Stafford missed games. Baker, eh, I think they won the South, but he didn't have a better season than Tua. And to be in that division comparatively to ours, and for the record to be what it is, Tua put up more wins. So yeah, it was some snubbery, and I'm gonna lay it there. I'm just gonna stop there because I could go on a rant for another 20 minutes. But fifth is disrespectful, and we as Dolphin fans, we should be a little bit more pissed off. Sorry, PBS kids, about this snub.
I will tell you this again, and I'm gonna go back to it. Last time I checked, I thought the definition of a comeback player was somebody that got injured last season, then played this season, and played minimum football, meaningful football. Flacco wasn't injured last season. I mean, again, I'm okay with losing to Damar if you want to get, all conspiracy theory. But yeah, no, not Joe Flacco. He literally came back from the couch. That's not coming back. Like that's not coming back. Period. He came back from nothing. Like he came back from being unemployed. Like that's what Joe Flacco came back from. That's ridiculous. And to me, I'm with you. He literally was being retired by the NFL. Was told by the NFL, you cannot come back and play because of X, Y, and Z. And then you're trying to tell me he came back, led his team to the playoffs, was the passing leader in the league, top five in most QB categories, and on top of that too, he played all 17 games, and he's not comeback player of the year. Oh Lord! Again, Michelle, if you want to go with the whole overcoming some significant adversity, what adversity did Joe Flacco overcome? He was unemployed.
Like I said,
Thank
playing for the
you.
New York Jets is an adversity. And to Dakota, to answer your question, because he asked, "Am I a Tua fan over any particular Miami player?" No, I am a Miami Dolphins fan, and that's one thing. If you ask anyone in
What?
the realm of Miami Dolphin fandom, that no one will ever dispute. And I'm going to go for my quarterback. When you find one, let me know because Aaron Rodgers is maybe 2 seasons out the door. Um, I'm gonna go for, if I feel like my QB was snubbed or any one of my players was snubbed. I clearly said I'm not mad at Tyreek not getting it. CMC rightfully deserves it. But if you want to talk to me about why Joe Flacco deserves it more than Tua, absolutely not. And the only thing you could say he kind of came back from was the detrimental and horrible time he had last year playing with the New York Jets. And if you want to say that, then yeah, I would definitely say that's a bigger adversity than what Tua went through. Because coming back from a Jets organization, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't do that. And I digress.
And to me,
But
he
no,
still doesn't qualify. I don't care what anybody tells me. This man came back from nothing. I'm sorry, but no. I will even give it. I will give it to Stafford because he got massive injury. They struggled after the Super Bowl. All that. I can give it to Demar because he came back from that. I am not giving it to no Joe Flacco who came back from unemployment. I don't care what anybody tells me. Like, no, not gonna happen. Now, I will say this:
you will say this.
you are the founding member.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
I am not
Of
the
two and
founding.
on and two and
No,
ears.
I'm not. First of all, I didn't. I'm whoa, 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 whoa. I am not a
Fine, two
founding.
and ears,
I
not
did
two and
not
on.
create two anon. I do not want to take credit from it. And I was not even an official member of the twin. Oh my gosh! Like it's not
You're
even like
right. You were
go
not an
back,
official member.
go
You
back
were
to the
the
tape.
founding member of two and E. You literally
No, I was
created the name.
not. I
You
was
created the
not.
name.
Oh my god! Like, can people check the tape? Can people check the tape? I was not a two in here originally. Like, I will say this, and this
Nothing but the
for the
time.
me
You
for the
sure about
meaning
that?
for the
You
original
sure about that?
meaning of what the word was. I was not an original tuineer. For what it stands for now, I am not a tuineer. Am I a person who supports their quarterback on their team? Absolutely. And as of right now, and I say this all the time, he's my quarterback. He's my starting quarterback at that. So I will hope and pray that week in and week out, he plays his best. If I could root and cheer for Tannehill, I am not above rooting and cheering for what's his name. If I could cheer for Pennington, I am not above cheering and rooting for any player on my team. If you are starting, if you're on the practice squad, I want you to be your best so that my team can be its best. And I will say this, I support Tua because he's on my team. He's my starting quarterback. And I want him to be at his best so that we can win. And that's what it's about, right? So you may you can nitpick at particular things, and that's why I never typically argue with people when they have their feelings against him. I just stand on the side of he's on my team. I want him to get better. I'm not going to negate the things that people say that he needs to improve on because you should always want your QB to improve. If he's not improving, if he's not getting better, if he's not working on this craft, you don't want that complacency. You don't want, the plateau to hit too early. So I will say yes. I support Tua. And I hope that, he's working on, some of his golf. And I do hope that this, off season he gets with the players and he keeps building chemistry with them, especially within pass game specifically, right? So, and I mean, granted, right? We don't know who our center is going to be next year. I mean, it might be they might just move Ike, and that might be fine. Might get somebody else. It'd be very interesting, but building that chemistry, those little intricate things like that. So yeah, I am a supporter. As long as you're on my team, I am a supporter of you, and I want you to do your best. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that statement. You could say you want better, not going to disagree with you. You could say you want this particular player. Hey, if they're on our team, I will support them. If they're not, I don't care. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I don't make a GM decision. If I could, I would. But as long as Tua is wearing number one in aqua and orange, Tua was snubbed.
None but the time, right? Sure. Anywho, I'm gonna call a progressive flag on the play. I'm calling massive BS. You literally coined the phrase "tunier," and we're super tunier, but it's okay. I understand if you wanna, change your tune. We forgive you. Okay. We are not holding your transgression aggressions against Dolphin fan base as the founding member of
Did Keith Smith say we are
Near
more
them.
worried about winning a Comeback Player of the Year award than winning an AFC East or a Super Bowl? Where has Keith
Yeah,
been?
I,
Oh my, Keith, I'm sorry. I'll get to Mark in 2.6 seconds, but really, Keith, stop. Please stop. Please stop.
we're
Please.
not worried about it. We're just talking about it. It's content,
Please.
buddy. That's
Please.
all it is.
That's just what the topic is now. Like,
Yeah.
don't do that, Keith. Because I was the same one when people were saying, "Oh, we want the Bills to be KC." I said that is the one thing you don't want. Go back to the tape, Keith. I wanted us to
Really? You're
win
gonna
it.
go there?
You,
That's where you're
you.
gonna go?
No,
That's where
I'm
you're
just
gonna
saying. No,
go.
no, no, no. I'm just saying.
Oh.
When people were worried about, I was worried about the division. You think that we're more worried about a comeback player of the year than winning the Super? Oh, I can't even. We're not even gonna go down that rabbit hole because when you think about it, it doesn't even make sense as a comment. We're talking about right now in the moment where we were able, what we were like, what just happened, what transgressed, what happened. But no one would put a comeback player of the year award above winning a Super Bowl. And believe me, I wouldn't put the AFC East over winning the Super Bowl because just like Mark said, they're the fourth-time AFC East consecutive championships, and it is all for naught and it is all for nothing. And I promise you, every Bills fan in this chat would give up those four AFC East titles just for one Super Bowl because they have yet to win one. So we're not even going to get into that. But Keith, I do acknowledge and I do appreciate your comment. I just Miss Fence, get me in this stream. Because
We're almost done. We're almost done. I had a couple last things real quick. Because it is a Super Bowl. And I'm gonna ask you like I asked everybody else, right?
uh-huh.
What do you got the over under on Cheese Swizzle
And she's
being
what's the
let me
number?
help you out in case you don't know. So Taylor Swift, the over under is 4.5 of how
What?
many times we believe that she will be featured in the NFL
The
game.
woman
And
will
so
have a
because of that,
commercial. The woman will have a commercial.
no, not commercials. We're not doing commercials. No, we're not
So
doing
just
commercials.
seen on the screen during the game.
Just straight up it within the game. Yeah, it's in the game, no
That's too
commercials.
low. That's too low. Give me the
You think
over.
so?
Four? They're going to show her
I,
two times in one quarter at least. Every single time Travis Kelsey makes a catch, he's going to be seen. And I think he's like 11 away from most receptions. I don't know if it's in like the playoffs or the Super Bowl. It's one of those. I know he has a double digit number to get to. Um, but
for what?
I think it's receptions because I don't think
He's already passed Jerry Rice for the most receptions
it
in
must be in the
postseason
super. It
history.
must be in the Super Bowl then. It must
And it
be in the
has to
Super
be in the
Bowl then.
Super Bowl because that's the only thing that I can think of, and that would, I think,
Yeah,
surpass Gronkowski if I'm not mistaken. But
yeah, yeah. So I will say definite because even if Kelsey drops a ball or is missed, right, or even if KC scores a touchdown, they're showing her. So they're gonna show her a
so
million
you
and
think I
one
did it too
times.
low at 4.5? That's what I saw online. So I just figured, okay, well
If
we'll
that's
put
the
it
number
at.
online, please find me the book, and I will take the over on that. I will gladly take the over
What
on.
I
I mean,
keep
granted, they're
telling
going to show
people.
other. Of course, they're going to show the other celebs and stuff like that.
Thank
But
you. That's what I
yeah,
mean. Like it's gonna be too many other celebs to just be featured on
the,
her.
the okay, she might have five in the first half. All Travis Kelsey has to do
Dang,
is
five in the first half.
she might have that in the first half. I'm not even kidding. The way the NFL just pans over it, like no, because like even if Kansas City scores a touchdown, they're panning to her. Travis Kelsey doesn't even have to score it. They just find her to find her. So yeah, that's way too low.
It's a money grab. I get it, but what do you think it would have been set at 8.5?
That's That's a bit too high. I would have said somewhere like around 6.5. mm, would have been reasonable. But I mean, I think they believe everybody's going to jump on the over. Um, which I mean, logically you should because she's probably been seen. Like I mean, all you got to do is get one a quarter, and then two in one particular quarter, and that's five. So simple math. When I'm thinking about Steph's threes, that's how you got to break it down. Don't just think of you got to break it down a little bit. But yeah, give me the over, um, and stuff like that.
Cool. We're giving away Dan Marino Funko Pop. So I
Okay,
got
so you
two.
get so even if I do win, I would like to give it back. I think because I think
Well, the way that we're doing it
my
is
dad hasn't.
everybody that's
I think my dad
over,
has
if
one.
the
Yeah.
over wins, we
Uh
put
huh.
all the names into a wheel and
Mhm.
spin it,
The famous
and
wheel.
then
Yeah.
whoever, yeah, and then if the unders hit, because I do have a couple unders,
Uh huh.
then we're gonna put those names together and then spin the wheel. I am of the idea that because everybody expects it to be so high, and
Uh
because there's
huh.
gonna be so many other celebrities, that I don't think it's gonna be. I mean, I picked the over too, but
Uh huh.
I don't know if it's gonna be that high. Like, I don't know. It might actually end up being just like straight up four, and just to throw
Making my
people
hit.
off.
That's hey. Listen, when it's over unders, I've learned that particularly it will land on the number and it won't push because it'll be that half one on it. So it is smart to take the under, but I'm gonna take the over. Biggest game. I think Kelsey can get 5 receptions. They're gonna show her every single time. They might show her
Mm.
just for a miscellaneous reason. Give me the over.
Okay, and they even have other Taylor Swift prop bets with Color and I were going through on League Wide Wednesday. Man, I was dying laughing. I couldn't believe it. Whether she's gonna have a red lipstick or a different color lipstick, whether she's gonna
Hmm.
have her hair up or down. And I'm like, well, as a resident Swifty, I gave everybody exactly what to expect. So,
Yeah.
but
You
yeah,
know
no,
what?
I thought it was,
You know,
I thought it
can,
was
can can I just say one last thing? Shout out to Mark because he said he's talking about bars that are being set. Your quarterback has been an odds-on favorite to win the MVP. I don't know how many seasons, and he hasn't even. You know what? Nope. We not. When they go low, we go high. Because I can really like we could really rip into the dysfunction of the Bills. Like, let's not act like y'all weren't like y'all were just this world. You know what? No, I'm gonna let the Bills be great. 4-time AFC East champions. The Miami Dolphins
raining,
need to
raining. You forgot the raining part.
reigning
Raining
champions. Miami Dolphins
AFC
do
East.
need to figure out how to fix the Josh Allen is always beating us issue. I mean, it's a feat that we've
We
been,
beat them though. We beat them.
not really. Like, not really.
Our defense beat them. Fine.
No, I would say this. You can't say like we're not doing the little giants one time. Like, all it takes is one time. Like, no, 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 no. We gotta. And the fact that like you really had fans saying they didn't want to play the Bills back to back, baffling. And you know what? I'm gonna take it for what it is. The Miami Dolphins need to figure out a way to beat Josh Allen and the Bills. Um, and being second best in the AFC East, particularly, it's not good enough. We have to find a way to finish these things. And that's what it is. Mark, there's your flowers. There are your flowers. Congratulations. And I will be hoping. I will be hoping that the playoff collapses don't continue. Anyway, are we done? Because we're past my time.
I know. I know. Well, last thing. Who gets the ring first?
What do you mean?
Hold up. Who gets the ring first? Taylor Swift
Uh-huh.
or the Chiefs? Who's winning? Who's getting the ring first? I can't.
I will say a lot of this has been,
The Chiefs, guys, is
it's
the
it's
Chiefs, but
it's
I
been
gotta
it's
say
been
it.
it's been. I mean, the whole narrative of, oh, are you going to give her a ring and propose to her during the Super Bowl?
It's
Listen,
ridiculous to me. It's
I
ridiculous as
I
hell
I
to me.
will say this. I particularly like to stay out of people's personal lives. I granted they're
Agreed.
celebrities and they're broadcasting it. I will say this, that no matter what,
They're not
if
broadcasting it. They're just being broadcasted. There's a
there
difference.
you go, they're being broadcast. I will say this, no
Mhm.
matter what, I just want them to be happy. I want their love to continue and to grow. And I hope that if, it does go to that point where they are married, I want it to be a prosperous marriage. And I hope nothing but the best for both of those individuals. That's all I have to say on it. Whether she gets a ring or not, to me, that's between them and everything like that. But,
I agree. I agree.
things are going to be
Um,
broadcasted, but to me,
yeah,
getting a ring isn't as important as having a happy marriage and a continuous, what's in. Because a lot of people get rings and don't know how to keep them. Amen. So,
damn, girl.
hey, let's
Well,
talk about it.
that's
I
your
don't,
weekly marriage counseling.
no, no,
Ladies
no.
and
I
gentlemen,
don't,
next on
don't, I don't
Dr.
want to,
Phins.
I don't want to be a thorn in anyone's side, and it's not a shot at anyone, but it is kind of true with what America. I'm all for family and beautiful marriages and all that type of stuff. I want people to find the utmost love in their partner and their one, their soul. I am all for that, but I'm not getting into the particulars of that.
To each their own.
Whatever
It's
they
their
choose to
personal life.
do.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But fun, I do think though, if they win the Super Bowl, I feel like the Chiefs franchise will give her a ring if they're still together by next year. I just have a feeling. You know what I mean? That's
Yes.
the only thing.
I I need to talk to my agent about overtime.
I know. I know. Anyways, I'm getting a text from the union rep, so don't worry,
Thank
we're gonna
you.
get you out of here. Uh, listen, ladies and gentlemen, it is Super Bowl 58. This is the last show of the regular season. Holy smokes! I can't believe we made. Looks like we made it. Uh, so very very happy, guys. Again, shout out to um the greatest artist of all time, um, like that's ever graced all of humanity, Tua Tonga Vailoa.
Right.
Thank you so much for you thought I was gonna say something else. Um again guys, thank you so much for coming through, man. This is as always a lot of fun, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that personally, oh my God, score predictions. How do we leave and not do score predictions?
The music
Ladies and
started.
gentlemen, I forgot. So me personally, I'm picking the Chiefs. What I want is for the Niners to win, but I'm picking the Chiefs because I think that the narrative is set and the fix is in. They're gonna give it to the Chiefs. So that's what I'm picking. What's up, Chef Jew? Welcome. I'm picking the Chiefs. I think the score is going to be very close, but I still think it's going to be decent. I know Color said Chiefs 27-24.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go a little bit higher than that, just slightly. Actually, no, I'm lying. I'm gonna go Chiefs. Oh God, that's a good score. Because I think they're gonna score at least three. I'm gonna go Chiefs 31, Niners 28. That's where I'm gonna
Okay.
keep it at. So
Okay.
31-28. Who do you got?
Well, first I want to say shout out to Esteban. Hit me up on X. Um, Shout out to AB. Shout out to Michelle. Shout out to Chef Juice. Shout out to Mark. Thank you for always coming, through as a Bills fan. It's all
Mm-hmm.
love. It's all love. Shout out to Dakota. Shout out to Keith. Shout out to Cap. Shout out to Shake. Shout out to everyone who came up here, hooked up Joe, Joe
I
Riz.
mean, shut up. Yep.
Shout out everyone who was in the chat. If I missed your name, it's not
Dakota,
with
shout out to you. Go Jets.
AB,
Suck,
AB,
suck, suck.
it's no all in any one of our hearts. We really do appreciate you guys watching, hitting the like button and all that type of stuff. Make sure you subscribe. My final score. This is going to be on the
Hmm.
record. Oh my gosh, why can't we do this off the record? You know I hate doing this. I will
I
say
know,
this
but
in a very fun, entertaining. This is Las Vegas. You got to go big or go home,
hmm
right? It's
hmm
one of the greatest stages in America, and it's finally
hmm
happened. You finally get a Super Bowl in Vegas. It is
hmm
going to be
hmm
big. I
hmm
am going to go because of that 38, 35. Please. Oh my God. 49ers.
Okay. I wanted to be the 49ers,
Yeah,
but I just
I'm
have
going
an
big.
eerie feeling it's gonna end up being
Mm-mm.
somehow, some way, the flipping Chiefs again, stick it to them. But look, listen, and shout out to you, Michelle. I kept my ring for almost 12 years and counting. Congratulations, man. That's beautiful. That's
Is that how
beautiful.
you do it? Is that
Yeah.
how?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You...
Thank you, guys.
Oh,
As
Mark finally spelled my name right.
yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is your game preview. 49ers versus Chiefs, Super Bowl 58. My lord, you're gonna have Brock Purdy. You're gonna have Patty Mahomes. You're gonna have the showdown of two um storied franchises, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I ask you one question? One question, real quick, real quick, real quick.
Mother,
Who's your Super
go.
Bowl MVP? Who is your Super Bowl MVP? And what color Gatorade? What color Gatorade?
Gatorade, I'm going orange.
Okay, okay, I'm feeling it.
And then my Super Bowl MVP.
Uh
I'm
huh.
gonna give you one for each team. I
Uh huh.
think that it's gonna end up being CMC for the Niners if they win,
Mhm.
and I think that it's going to be Patrick Mahomes just because they always give it to the quarterback.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's who I think it'll end up being.
I
Yeah.
will say this though. Quietly, we saw what David Montgomery was able to do with running the ball, and not only David Montgomery, Jameer Gibbs, Pacheco might be a sleeper pick. I granted they're always going to try to give it to what's the name? Who knows? They might even try to give it to Kelsey for the Swifty Bowl. Who knows? But
hmm
if Pacheco can get a couple rushing touchdowns,
Shout out to
he
the
just has to
Swifty
it has to
Bowl.
play it has to play. That's my sleeper dark horse. Come out of nowhere, might have a good game. Who knows?
Okay.
Let's give
So got it. And wait, what's your color? Or what's your color? Gatorade.
my color Gatorade. Oh man, I'm just going just because it's my favorite. My favorite ones are blue, so I'm just going blue because it's my favorite. I don't know which ones they particularly drink. I don't think that you drink basically particularly on your team. Um, Frost Glacier Freeze is my favorite, and then Cool Blue is my second. When I was drinking Gatorade, I'm trying to cut down the sugar. Um, so I'm just gonna say blue. I'm gonna say blue.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna
Mm.
stick to my orange. You gotta go original. And two, America wanted to know which is the most important, flats or drums, and we have the results, ladies and gentlemen. America has spoken. 64% prefer flats over drumettes. 34% over drumettes. So shout out to all flat wings. Apparently America believes that is who it is. Again, shout out to everybody that came through. What's up, level two new? Welcome, welcome. But I appreciate all of you guys for coming through as always. Again, this is Miss Phins. I am Miss Phins. Insanity. I'm gonna put you in the back, but thank you for coming through, Mayam. And yeah, say bye to the people.
Bye, everybody. It was really great. Shout out everyone. Stay healthy this off season. I hope that you guys still come and listen to Miss Fins during the off season. She's gonna put out amazing content. Um, and then hey, we're all back at it. Back during training camp, preseason, and we'll see how things shake out next season. But stay healthy. Remember you're important. Someone cares about you, and you are loved. just a game. And shout out to Michelle, because Blue, we were the winners this year, Michelle. And listen, Michelle, we're running it back next year. Let's go. We're running it back.
Shout out to the ladies. I know, I know. I'm still waiting for my belt from TSCG, man. I won the TSCG fantasy league out of 20 players. Miss Pink came in. I drafted 11th. I still came out on top, ladies and gentlemen. And on the Miss Pink league in fantasy football, Finsanity was our winner, and Michelle ended up being our Pick'ems Challenge winner. So shout out to the ladies with a clean sweep. I am with the running it back. Let's show the boys we know what we're talking about and we know what they're talking about. Well, thank you for sending it. I appreciate you for coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I have to go on my phone, so let me see if I can my thing will work. Ladies and gentlemen, this I feel like now it's like hold on, let me see. This would be okay. Yeah, that's way better. I appreciate all of you guys for coming through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So excited. It is the last game of the regular season, the Super Bowl. Shout out to TSTG. I filmed the Insomnia show with Shake, Dolphins winners, and Crypto last night. So that should be coming out this weekend. That'll be a lot of fun. Shout out and welcome, guys, because officially today is the end. Well, by Sunday it'll be the end of the season, and then we will be going into the off season. I've got my off season programming that I'm setting up for all of us. We will be back. We will be live Super Bowl Sunday. I take the day off because it's a holiday, like I told you guys, so you don't have to worry about that. We will be here, and I appreciate all of you guys for coming through, man. I'm so excited. Have fun, be safe, enjoy yourself, guys. This Super Bowl Sunday is gonna be awesome, and just enjoy yourselves and be with your family. Take care, guys. I appreciate you, and thank you so much for coming through. Shout out to T Swizzle, the real MVP. That's all I'm saying. And all the haters can, well, keep hating. I don't care. Love you guys. Mwah. Take care, and I will catch you on Monday in official off season. Take care, guys. Bye bye.